We told you a few moments ago about a move in Congress to end the huge bonuses that have been paid to executives of struggling mortgage lenders Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Joining me now from Capitol Hill to talk more about that is the chairman of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, Darrell Issa. Welcome, Mr. Chairman.
Well, thanks for having me on, and thanks for covering an important issue. It's small dollars compared to the losses at Freddie and Fannie, but with those losses, it's hard to justify multi-million-dollar bonuses.
You know, Chairman Issa, we followed this hearing today, and you asked these executives about their pay, their compensation. They've said the enormity of what they're dealing with, trying to maintain the access and unwind the millions of dollars of bad loans, that they needed to have this kind of executive compensation, and you didn't buy it.
No, and you know, Congress long ago made it not tax deductible to pay someone over $1 million unless it was linked to performance. And our hearing today showed that they were only vaguely linked to performance, and that performance really has been abysmal, yet the bonuses have continued. You know, even the general counsel at each of these two firms was paid well over $1 million, actually over $2 million, far beyond what would be market for a lawyer. And that's the kind of thing, the kind of abuse that's going on at Freddie and Fannie for years. It just hasn't stopped post-conservatorship.
You know, both firms have drawn now $170 billion from taxpayers since this conservatorship in 2008, and they're requesting some $13 to $14 billion more. What is the hope of getting this one to stop, the executive compensation, and getting this money back? Is there a hope?
Well, if you take their, from 2003 till today, their net profits, they're both negative, $72 billion negative in one case. So the chances that over a decade or more they'd even be able to pay the true interest on more than $200 billion that they will owe by the time they stop bleeding red ink, it's unlikely they'll ever pay even the real interest on that bill. But if we're very, very lucky, we could see a solvent mortgage market, and one that we wouldn't have to continue funding at $13 billion just this quarter of new money. More importantly, the hearing showed that these people are very out of touch with even what to do with over 250,000 homes that they're unable to sell and are unwilling to rent. They were very proud that they rent 10,000 homes out of over 1 million in foreclosure, as though that was a success.
So what's your ultimate hope here?
Well, our first hope is that the overall management and the board will realize that if you can have the conservator paid $233,000 to supervise these two entities, perhaps you could run these entities for a little bit less in the way of bonuses. And more importantly, we asked them to come back and tell us what the impediments were to their getting their job done faster, to get homes either back in compliance or liquidated, and they said they would, and they included some areas in which Congress could be helpful, and that's part of the other part of our name. We're the Reform Committee, not just the Oversight Committee.